Hey guys, it's the Haunt Dermots here. We're at Home Goods in Cedar, Knolls, New Jersey, and we're going to go inside and check out the Halloween stuff they have. Outside right here, guys, we have a sign, Your Halloween Haunt. And let's go inside and take a look. All right, guys, look at that. Look at that skull right there. It's a canister. And check out those black cats, and that one's got the Day of the Dead look on it. And look at that, it's a pasta dish with a skull. That's really cool. And then look at these black cats here, and they have a ghost here holding a jack-o'-lantern. And look at these ghosts right here holding a jack-o'-lantern. And there's a pumpkin right there with a skull wearing the Day of the Dead makeup on there. Look at that black skull. These are really cool. I like that. That looks like maybe a mason jar that is in the shape of a skull. Really cool. Look at that. Look at that. It's a skull with a crown on it. Look at that. It says boo and has some ghosts on there. And then I like this. Look at that right there. Shaped like a skull. There's some skeletons and pumpkins on those coffee cups right there, and they're witch's brew. And I like this guy right here, skeleton holding up this bowl. That is awesome. Look at this guy right here, and look at that. That's a bowl with a spider web on there. And look at these ghosts. Look at the face on that. Pretty cool. And this plate with, looks like Mickey Mouse on there, but there's spider webs on there too, along with some spiders. And here we have a bowl with a bunch of bats. And look at that, some coffins and skulls and jack-o'-lanterns on that bowl. All right, look at that witch right there, and look at all these jack-o'-lanterns with, looks like Mickey Mouse's face. Got a bunch of those, and look at that. It looks like a woman with a cat. They're both wearing the Day of the Dead makeup. And look at that. I really like the look on that jack-o'-lantern right there. That's really cool. Man, look at this over here. It's like a witch's hat on top of a cauldron. And look at that. Look at those cups with Jack Skellington right there, and there's Sally. That's pretty cool. Look at that. It's a skeleton body, jack-o'-lantern face. There's a ghost sitting on top of a bat, on top of a jack-o'-lantern right there. That's really cool. Look at that. Big-mouthed black cat wearing a witch's hat with spiders on it. Look at that gourd right there. That is a creepy looking Frankenstein type face. There is a skull with a top hat. A lot of decor here that looks really cool. Look at that black jack-o'-lantern there. There's a pumpkin face right there, and look at that. It's a bookend in the shape of a skull and crossbones. That's really cool. And look at these ghost looking dolls right there. And here we have some books. Look at that, a pumpkin says boo. And look at this giant skull right here. That's really cool. And look at this one. This one looks like a skull that's made of pearls. And here's some witches. Looks like maybe some witches. Look at that one, has a spider on her dress. There's some books of potions. Looks like it's got a spider on there. There's a witch's hat. There's a skull, a black skull, and here's some crystal balls that look like they might be snow globes. Yeah, look at that. That's a glittery gold snow globe that's in the shape of a skeleton hand and a skeleton or a skull on the inside. That one looks like a hand that's coming out of the ground. There's another black pumpkin. And right here we have a skull in a cage. And look at that. There is a candle holder, and it's a witch in the shape of a pumpkin. Look at this stuff here. Look at that black skull right there. And look at that lantern with a skull on there with a lot of detail on it. All right, here's some raven, looks like candles maybe. And look at that, some orange Halloween looking candles. There's one that says October 31st. Here's one that says witch's potion That one says Hocus Pocus, and it's got a cemetery with a tree, eerie tree in the background with jack-o'-lanterns hanging from it and bats flying. And look at that scenery there with bats flying in the background. And there goes a witch pumpkin. And there is a skull with a couple of candle holders there. And I like the imagery on this one too. It's a witch with some bats flying around in the background and looks like she's in the cemetery. These are really cool. I like that. Look at the cobweb or spider web on that. This one's shaped like a coffin that says rest in peace. Look at that crystal skull right there. Look at that right there on this lantern. And that's a haunted house in the background with some bats flying around. Here's some more pumpkins. A lot of tabletop decorations here. Look at those skulls right there. Look at this spider web placemat set. Look at that. That's really cool. Look at the details on that. Look at these picture frames. Look at that. It's a Halloween gnome. He's got spider webs and spiders in his hat, witch's hat right there. And look at those Halloween dressed kids. This one, the frame itself is made of bones, and then they'll have the Day of the Dead background in the actual picture that's in the holder. There is a spider web frame with a skull as a picture in it. And look at these. There's some cauldron right there. Looks like that's a bunch of napkins, and they're bats. These napkins here, resting witch face. It says Happy Halloween. Look at these pumpkins here. And look at that. It looks like a tombstone, and there's a jack-o'-lantern right there, and there's some spider webs on there. And there looks like it's a crystal ball with an all-seeing eye, and it's being held up by a silver hand. Look at that black cat. Look at this Frankenstein tray. Here we have some spooky looking pillows. There's one with a black cat. Looks like there's a skeleton with a witch's hat and a jack-o'-lantern there. Look again. Witch, skeleton, and jack-o'-lantern. Okay, look at these soap dispensers. This one is a black skull. There is a dog that looks like he's dressed up like a vampire. There is a skull. There's some snakes on that one. This one is a spider and web, and it says Happy Halloween. Look at that one. There is a cat dressed as a devil. That one is a skull with a rose in its mouth. There's a silver skull right there and a crystal skull right there. Look at that silver metallic looking one right there. And look at that, some skeleton hands holding a black pumpkin. This one is a soap dispenser with a skull and a raven. All right, here's a glassware set, and it's Hocus Pocus themed. And this one's a coffee mug. Which way to the candy, it says. There's some spider webs right there. There's a pumpkin. Look at these. It's ghosts. Look at them. Look at their little beady eyes right there. Here's some mugs. It says trick or treat, and it's a ghost carrying a pumpkin as the candy bag. Check out this one. Look at that lady right there with the pink roses. It is a skeleton lady. There's a pink skull. Look at that. It's a Frankenstein bowl with a weird looking, looks like maybe creature right there. There's the bride of Frankenstein. Look at this. It is a skeleton bride. Look at this witch nutcracker. Look at this. Day of the Dead. There is a green skeleton hand holding a pumpkin right there. There's some more soap dispensers with some detailed skulls. Look at that. It is a haunted house with some ghosts, a jack-o'-lantern, some spider webs. And look at that skull with roses on it. And look at these. These are very large skulls, and they have butterflies on them. Looks like maybe that is a cookie jar or something like that. It is in the shape of a ghost, and look at that one in the shape of a bat. And there's some skulls right there with top hats, and look at the details on that skull right there, and a couple of vampires. All right, guys, I really like these wreaths. It's a black Halloweenish wreath with a spider on it. There's some skeleton hands. Looks like maybe it lights up. Let's see if we could get it to light up. Yeah, see those lights? They do light up. They're white, little white lights. Guys, when we're in the checkout line, look at this. There's a stack of pumpkins right there. And if you look, there's a whole bunch of glass pumpkins here. I like that one with the bats on it. All right, we have a witch cat soap dispenser. There is a cup with some kittens dressed up like witches and other stuff, like a devil right there. And look at these. More soap dispensers of skulls. Look at that mummy there with the green eyes. That's really cool. All right, guys, more than anything else here, I am loving this tombstone. Look at that. It's a skeleton, looks like a gentleman holding up a candelabra. And check this skeleton out holding the bowl right here. And there is a witch. And look at her. A lot of details on her. She is really creepy looking. Check her out. All right, guys, just wanted to show you the Halloween stuff they had here. Happy haunts. See you on the next video and subscribe to our channel. Bye guys.